Oh, hey friends, look at us, friends, come in. I just hit record, but I didn't realize, ooh, we're like super zoomed in. That's a little better. Hi, come in the room. It is Wednesday. It's afternoonish. It's like 1 p.m. here, Eastern. We in the Southeast. Okay, hello. Come on in. How are you doing? Listen, man, oh man, I'm not surprised that my team and higher self and spirit have us checking in every day. And the energy is different. It continues to shift because just a few weeks back, friend, I feel like I was sweating out the retrograde. Woo! We are still in retrograde, but what I love is that it's kind of like, Spirit is showing me, it's kind of like the silver lining and the clouds, and I'm hearing the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay. But it's like the spiritual sun, Sirius Stargate, right? We're going to have that big, gorgeous, super important, super poignant full moon in Aquarius that we're working up to all week long. So happy Wednesday to you. Come on in. You know the deal. We're just a soul family. We're a collective here. We're a gang. I'm never seeking to like have some kind of monetization goal. I do read astrology and natal charts. I've been a tarot reader for a long, long time. I love to make candles and oils and all kinds of things. But this is just a space that I hold for us, you know? So listen, if you click like, that's just a free energetic way to support circulating us out into this platform to connect with our soul family. Someone else might need encouragement or a teaching or to hear something audibly as an activation. This is a massively huge activating period that we are in right now in the age of Aquarius and the decades of Pluto and Aquarius. Child, you already know what's up. So we need each other. If you like the video, that just circulates us for greater connection with our soul family and our collective. Yeah, come on in the room. Look at us. I'm proud of us checking in. I feel like this week, excuse me, we need to tap in and remain very connected, as aligned as possible, because we're going to build up to this portal that we continue to talk about. We have this ridiculously, I mean, not really, like, child, look at the whole year. Full Moon Aquarius says, shoot, I'm not, you won't upstage me. Okay. Hold my choice hydration that's healthy for my body. Okay. What? Hold my shaker cup, okay? We ain't drinking over here. Love and light, okay? To each their own. I don't drink, so I wouldn't pass you a beer. You feel me? But yeah. Listen, we're gonna continue to work up. It's like the kite of all kites with kites on top of it and all this stuff. It's a wild portal. And then we will have solar lunasa and all those things we talked about yesterday. So I think it's so important, because then after we go through this powerful gateway, we're going to enter like this, I don't even know. It's so purifying. It's such a like poignant harvest moment. It's so Virgo, because you know it's a Virgo year. We've been talking about that, the year of 9. Let's go ahead while we're chatting. Let's crack open the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle. Honestly, I just want to pull some cards today and see where we go. We do love it. Look at the full moon. Like, not me talking about how important the climax up to this full moon is. Full moon staring at us like, yep. I love the energy, and I feel like it's a matter of, I don't know, staying grounded and embodied while you really just don't try to pin it down too much. You know, I think of working up to having a bunch of kites. There's already kites in formation. They're literally just shifting as we get closer to this full moon portal. Girlfriend, I'm sorry, he, she, them, they. We love everybody over here. look, when you fly in a kite, you kind of got to run with it. You got to feed the line. You can't just kind of say, whoa, kite. Ah. If you try to be too heavy, not me with all this fixed sign energy in my chart. You know, I got an Aquarius. It's very Aquarius over here, friends. Aqua gang, shout outs. It is very Aquarius over here. Okay. And, not me a fixed sign trying to tell you how to release a kite. The point is, if you try to hold on to a kite too tightly, what happens? If you don't move with it, run with it, feed the wind, go with the flow, feed the string out, right? You gotta, it'll crash. Obviously, if you let it go completely, it'll fly away, and you won't be able to embody or ground down anything from that experience. So I think that's very interesting, considering we're going to go through this portal. I'm going to scoot us back a little bit. Yeah. We're going to go through this portal, and then we're going to have like 2 back-to-back lunar cycles that will start out with a new moon in Virgo. I love it. I love that. And we already have our South Node in Virgo. We've been talking about that. What else? Yeah, obviously it's a Virgo ruled year. I keep talking about all this energy. My towers want to be down here with us today. Okay. So does the owl. Look at all the green. I love it. Let's get into it. Let's shuffle the cards and check in to the energy. I hope you're doing well. You know what? I would definitely encourage you to write down creative, inspired ideas. Mars will be in Libra. Oh, shoot, y'all. Is it today? Hold on. Hold on. What am I hearing? It is today. As of later this evening, Eastern time, Mars will enter Libra. And I think that'll be interesting. You'll begin to have a lot of dominance of air. And we'll begin to, I feel, start thinking a lot about our actions. And I love that what am I saying? I love that preparing us to really anchor down deep and embody with all of this Virgo that is coming to us. And I love it with harvest season. I'm telling you, I love the alignment. So yeah, write down creative ideas. Think about making plans, vision boards, lots of these things. Or if you're in preparation, receiving a harvest, and that process possibly has already begun, how would we say, Spirit? If you've already established containers, you know what I'm saying? For your abundance, for your health, for your wealth, for your prosperity, for your personal evolution. Abundance is different and shape shifts and looks different, manifests different for all of us, depending on where we are in our personal work, right? So I think it's really important to, so let's say you're not trying to envision a container for your abundance. You already know that, and you're preparing to receive. I really think getting super Virgo with it. Mars is uncomfortable in Libra, though. So I will say we would call him in detriment. But what that really means is it's just Mars is being challenged after going through his big retrograde cycle, going back into Cancer early this year, sitting with his feelings, developing an emotional maturity. Now Mars, he had his time, right? He went on forward and he went through, Mars had his moments. And then it's like he got organized. And now Mars is going to be encouraged to, you may find yourself creating opportunities to speak with other people and idea share. Remember, when we're talking about Mars, we're talking about taking divine action. The divine inspiration, this is what I teach when we do one-on-one work. The divine inspiration to kind of go forth. I have received a creative muse, or I've received a soul purpose dharmic path, or I've received whatever the case may be, right? A vision, a new career change, whatever this looks like this year for you. I would not be surprised if a lot of this is in relation to your spiritual, mental, or physical health. Hello, Virgo. Hello, 6th house. However, discernment, honey. Look. I see somebody, what would it be? I don't know why I see it this way, Spirit, love and light. Okay, I see a cork board, and it's like someone is saying, nope, that does not bring peace. Boop, that's a blockage to my path. boop. And it's like they're taking people off the board and rearranging things. You know, it's like when they're trying to solve a mystery. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like, I'm hearing, it's like a laser focus. And you know what? We do have Venus moving into Leo. When is that? Okay, hold on. I'm bumping the bells. Let's do a sound cleanse because I'm bumping the bells. Okay, I'm going to ring the bells as a sound cleanse in 3, 2, 1. Take out your earbuds if you're sensitive to sound. Here we go. All right, you guys, that's just to cleanse the vibrations of the space. When is Venus in Leo, you guys? I'll always be like, let's just shuffle the cards. And then Spirit sits down with us and we get into it. Okay, so you know what? We have time before Venus enters Leo. But I do love how Venus is going to bring the tail end of this Leo energy through, even after we have shifted into Virgo season. I love that. It's like, keep bringing the courage with you. Yes, we're asking you to be wise and discerning. Yes, for once, I don't know why I'm hearing... For once in your life, what is this? Is that a movie or something? For once in your life, I'm hearing that so clearly. Shit, I don't know. That could be in a bunch of movies. There's something about bringing something down into embodiment. Remember how we kept tapping into the stellar gateway and we were talking about bringing it down? It's a big new cycle. And there's something about embodiment, okay? But let's I am feeling a lot of the Mars in Libra energy. We do have about 5 more days. It is 111, 111, 111 on the clock. There you go. We do have about 5 more days of Mercury in retrograde. And then, of course, on the 11th, we'll station direct in Leo. And we'll have, like, you know, the post-retrograde about a week or so. That affects everyone differently. But it does take some time for Mercury to, like, get back in gear. Yeah, Mars in Libra is like... It just amplifies the detail orientation that we're in right now with this Virgo year, with this South node in Virgo, taking out karmic patterns related to your 6th house and your Virgo energy and what you do for work and what your everyday patterns look like. Now Mars in Libra wants to come in and mingle with this energy and these other air trine, you know, the big trine we've been talking about, Uranus and Gemini. Yes, I know Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius. It's big on... You are getting charged up. I don't know, how do we say, Spirit? I think Chiron is in retrograde now too in Aries. Chiron's our big rainbow bridge, okay? Things are coming down the hatch. I kind of feel into it like this. And it's too good for us to be blocking our peace. We don't want to be, we need wisdom and discernment to be so strong and so embodied. That, yes, it's great. I would say out of Mercury retrograde, it would probably be really awesome to be doing collaborations with people, to be talking, to be exchanging ideas. How can we amplify the harvest? Things like this. Let's get creative. Maybe you're having a career change. You want to reach out and do networking, stuff like that. But look, it's really heavy energy on not if it blocks your peace. It's not worth it. We're not building on no kind of foundation like that. Because Virgo will also come in the beginning of this gorgeous harvest season. Remember the scythe and the cutting of the corn and everything. And Virgo will say, your spirit team wants to continue to pour over your head this divine inheritance that you've received. And in truth, it's actually coming from the inside out, which is powerful, right? The hermit and his lamp. But nonetheless, what does your home look like? What does your sacred space look like? What does your body look like? How's your health? Do you have containers to receive? And not only to receive, but hold, sustain. You know what I'm saying? Because Pluto in Aquarius is really coming all the way down with this plasmic, refreshing, hidden water bearer, infusion of cosmic energetics. It's very plasmic, right? It's coming down. Uranus and Gemini. We've already talked about the ideas, the communication, the teaching, the speaking, the writing. These things are coming in, But there needs to be sustainable, healthy, strong, well-boundaried, emotionally intelligent, wise, discerning spaces to be containers for it, right? So that's kind of what I'm tapping into today with Mars entering Libra. What are you honoring your needs? Don't be so diplomatic and collaborative that you give up your peace. It's like this vibe. Pluto reminds us that all those Capricorn contracts, remember how we talked about they got tossed in the fire or they got stamped complete, we've graduated. Don't forget you're building on all new foundations. Lots of people, I feel, are going to notice the shift and the change and look around and say, wow, where is so-and-so? A lot of people. It's either going to be blatant as fuck, or people are just going to kind of, I don't know. I see people coming out of retrograde almost like wiping their eyes like a stupor and being like, oh my gosh, where are they? Like en masse. Okay, so just hold your wisdom and discernment, your energetic boundaries. Cleansing is going to be really great in so many ways. That's the energy that I'm tapping into, but let's get into it. Let's pull a card once again from the beautiful Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle. You know we love our witchy things here. You know we love our Wheel of the Year. Lammas, Loaf Mass, Lunasa, the god Lug, the mighty long arm of the sun. Sometimes he's pictured as a big bright flame. Like a comet across the sky, the long rays of the sun, like reaching out. We got to get all of that before the sun really starts to noticeably wane. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What do we have? Thank you, Spirit. We always ask for messages that are in service of the highest and best good here. That is the energy that we work with, okay? Our spirit team, our ancestors, both galactic and earthbound, our team and higher self. When they come into the sacred space that I hold for us and that we also hold together, we ask for messages, energetic activations, confirmations, and synchronicities that serve the highest and best good. Okay, guys. What do we have? We have Citrine. Ooh, we love to see it. Sometimes I'll have a piece on here, but I think it's somewhere else. I do have my carnelian, juicy, chunky carnelian palm stone. Now I want to know where that piece of citrine is. Child, anyways, listen. Okay. Citrine, confidence is a skill that can be cultivated, and you are now being guided to reach for the light within yourself. Love it. I'm obsessed. I love, who's the artist again? Shout out to her. Illustrated by Tiana Lukovic. Do you see that? Beautiful art. Okay, let's read. Oh, the other one says, roosters and hens, a change of scenery is calling. Embrace the adventure that awaits. I love this energy. Remember that, excuse me. So I'll tell you this. When it comes to adventures, this could just mean be open to something new. Let's scooch us down. But when it comes to adventures, we do have a lot in retrograde, I'm not going to lie. This is a Virgo ruled year. I would really just be mindful about like budget and staying on point with long-term goals, saving money, liquidating assets, just being very wise and discerning. Now, everyone's path is different. Maybe you feel called to travel or go somewhere, or maybe what you're planning for has to do with like a big move, or this could also just be representative of like change is coming and you're being called to just embody the confidence of that. I was just going to say, if you interpret that as let me go travel on a sporadic adventure, let's just sit with that. Maybe offer that up to the spirit team and the higher self. Let's just be mindful. Excuse me. Let me find Citrine in the book. But the second thing I felt called to say intuitively is like, this is very Abraham Hicks. Child, you always saying that. I am because I get down on that. Co-creating your own reality and choosing your perspective, which will shift your paradigm and magnetize new things, new healing, and new growth into your life. You do co-create. And that's a very powerful thing. So yes, I do say that a lot over here. Mess around and start listening to Abraham Hicks in your life and see if you don't start changing or bringing things in. Okay, guys. The second thing I felt called to was like, on that note, if adventure, if excitement, if a new refreshing vibration, I mean, it is Leo season, even though we do have a lot in retrograde, and some of those things, it's a normal yearly thing that certain planets would be retrograding this time of year. Absolutely. It's not gloom and doom. It's not crazy, but yes, there's a little bit of certain things amplified too this year. Sometimes we stoke attracting more adventure, attracting more freedom, excitement, maybe travel by doing small things and setting the intention of what it is that we want to feel. For example, when I travel, I feel free. When I go on a sporadic adventure out of town, I feel uninhibited. I feel excited. Right? So maybe start small. I talk about this in one-on-one work a lot too, you guys. Go to a different place for lunch. You know what I mean? Go, like, I am a member of a gym. Y'all know we be in the gym over here. It's every day. I'm one of them. Okay, I used to not be, but I am one of them. Okay. Or, you know what? So what I was going to say is, like, our gym has multiple locations all around the state. And in this area, you can kind of drive 15 minutes a little bit if you have the time in the day, and you can go to a whole new gym. And it's almost like you stoke that same energetic current and it attracts more of it. Or like you go take yourself out to eat somewhere different. Or I love to, I'll get up and, decide to take the dog to a different dog park or something. It's just mini adventures. State parks, they are not free, and for damn good reason. Don't you even get me started on my environmental science soapbox. I digress. Please do not grumble. That is not gratitude, master key, manifesting energy. If you grumble about paying $6 to go to a state park, so, the future generations, Lord have mercy, hope they have some trees and a mountain or two. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Okay, I have a North Node in Taurus. I will go on about our beautiful Mama Gaia. Okay, don't get me started. But it's easy to go say, I'm going to check out, you know what I mean? Here would be, let me say, like the Virgo edition of a change of scenery or having an adventure. Maybe you like to thrift. That is a fun way to feel something exciting and unexpected. Or going to the library. We're talking about money saving. We're in our Virgo mindset. We're being wise. We're right. You know what I'm saying? This is a foundational building year. It's not a year where we max out credit cards, spend a lot of save. That's not, because, Spirit is like, tell them. And I understand. We've been talking about this, Spirit. They know. Spirit said, But you know what I'm saying? Maybe you go on a different hiking trail and then you visit a thrift store you've never been to across town. And maybe you just like go to a totally different secondhand bookstore or something. I don't know. Whatever your vibe is, there's creative ways to invite little moments of adventure, or even on a way smaller scale and a very Virgo. What is your daily routine? How can I, let's say, stoke adventure, confidence, excitement, light, something different? Maybe you, but it also contributes to my health. So maybe you're like, I'm into yoga, I'm trying to be working that in my daily routine. I love to go on walks. I'm not a big gym person. I feel that. I have my days. I've disciplined myself. I just want to say as a side note, so I do it because I had a really bad time with my health. But child, I don't really like the gym. I don't like to be cooped up inside, but the health benefits outweigh it. But yeah, maybe you decide to visit a different little park and start jogging on a new trail. That's adventurous. You know what I mean? What if you bump into someone new, or you find a new scenery spot and Spirit shows you a beautiful synchronicity that might not have been on your path otherwise? It's things like this. Or you're like, oh, I know a little dock by the lake and I drive by it all the time, and I'm like, one day I'll go out there. Friend, take your yoga mat. Look, don't be shy. That's confidence as well. Okay, but it's about stoking adventure in alternative ways to create a vibrational frequency with the universe and say, I want more of this. Okay, how can you bring that feeling in your life to then attract more of it? You feel me? Okay. Citrine reads confidence, security, and a positive outlook. Confidence is a skill that can be cultivated, and you are now being guided to reach for the light within yourself. The appearance of the sunny, positivity inducing citrine card signifies the beginning of a metamorphic journey of self assurance, confidence, and empowerment. It's a positive influence no matter where or how it appears in a reading. There is like some really loud ancestral spirit currents going on today, and it's in my ear right now. So maybe someone works closely with an ancestor, but I'm seeing someone like putting sunflowers on an altar. That could be a message for myself. Maybe someone's creating something, or you just love sunflowers. You had an ancestor that did, or you have a sunflower in your, I don't know. I just noticed there's a lot of bright yellow flowers in this whole deck, but she does have one in her basket. Maybe she went somewhere and got, what is it? There's black-eyed Susans. There's all kinds of different, but I was seeing someone like put a sunflower on an altar. That's interesting. Just channeling a message there for someone. Maybe this is confirmation for something. It is a positive influence no matter where or how it appears in a reading, for it illuminates all dark corners and guides you towards unleashing your potential. The citrine card serves as a reminder that confidence is a skill, not a right. You are being encouraged to shift towards a more positive mindset. Challenge any negative stories holding you back. This is very like balmy. This is very, we've been in this bubble of Mercury retrograde in Leo. We've kind of talked about like Jupiter in Cancer giving us this balmy cocoon, while all of these other big outer markers, Saturn holding the gates, Neptune resetting our spiritual journeys and everything. And other things we could talk about Chiron too, right? But it's been like this balmy glow inside, because it has to come from the inside out. So I love that this card is showing up. You are being encouraged to shift towards a more positive mindset. Challenge any stories holding you back and surround yourself with positive influences of people and information, such as books or courses that will inspire. Very Uranus and Gemini. But also I love that this is tapping on what has come through a few times. What are you giving energy to? What and who is a sounding board in your life? Right? The books, the movies. Are you caught up in a lot of propaganda? Are you watching too much news? Is this too much social media? Be mindful of that, right? Such as information, books, or courses that will inspire, uplift, and encourage you to seek the light in all areas of your life. This is your confirmation that your desired outcome has nothing to do with fate. But I'll go with it. You are still co-creating ultimately, but I digress from that right now. Okay. More doors and opportunities will open with greater ease if you take steps to leave self-doubt behind and have more belief in your abilities and authentic power. Trust that you're worthy of success, and the rest of your surrounding world will rise to meet you and your newfounded radiance, or move out of the way for someone who can. Okay, dang. Let's read. I'm curious about the citrine manifesting spell. The citrine crystal is a powerful tool for manifesting positivity and abundance. I have a big old chunk of it on my Lakshmi abundance altar right now. Using a citrine crystal in a spell will not only give you an increased sense of well-being, but also will help you to create lasting change by attracting more abundance into your life. The crystal works by raising the vibrations around it and amplifying certain frequencies that are associated with its properties, such as joy, prosperity, and success. To begin the spell, place the citrine on the top of the altar or sacred space and set your intentions. And honestly, if you feel uncomfortable with a spell, that's fine. This is just verbiage. Honestly, what we're really doing with this citrine crystal is tapping into its vibrational frequency, meditating, and doing visual work with it at the end of the day, right? Visualize and focus on the abundance that you would like to bring into your life, whatever that may be: financial success, better relationships, improved health, and so on. As you are setting your intention to take a moment and honor yourself, as you are setting your intention, take a moment to honor yourself, because it's important to recognize or recognize how far you have come and how much strength you hold within. When done, thank the crystal for its guidance and assistance in manifesting positivity. And then obviously, if you're meditating and maybe you're doing a candle work while you do this, you can get a taper, like a little votive, or even a little tea light. Maybe if you have any like lemon or a citrus vibe, or even a cinnamon would be great, or a bergamot would be great. Lemongrass would be great. Don't get me started on lemongrass. We love it over here. These would all go really well. Basil would be great. You could check out like fire herbs to kind of sprinkle with your candle, if that may be the case. Maybe you're doing a spiritual bath and you're putting citrine in your water and asking the vibrations to help you. That's a great idea too. Carnelian, funny that I grabbed that palm stone, but it would pair really well with that work if you chose to do it. And also remember, like, you're literally a walking temple for the divine sovereignty of the light in all things, the divine source in all things. So if you decide to literally just anoint yourself with oils, hold the crystal, go sit outside in the sun, maybe you're just wearing a bracelet, that is equally as powerful. It's all about your intention, right? What else do we have? Rooster and hens. So I love the trail of her dress. I love that she has on a crown of crystals too. That's really pretty. These flowers make me think of coneflower, purple coneflower. These here make me think of black-eyed Susans, and then just, of course, wildflowers. This makes me think of the wheat, how we were talking about cutting the wheat. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Very Bridget vibes, but honestly, you could see like a Ceres or a Demeter vibe in that as well, couldn't you? Okay. All right. Rooster and hens. For some reason, I'm drawn to, Spirit was saying, sit them this way, because the waning moon will follow the full moon. I don't know. So maybe that's a message of timing for someone. The full moon in Aquarius. And then waning down. And again, we will go into this powerful cycle of having 2 lunar cycles where they both start with Virgo new moons. And then, child, I know we are already going to be, the lunar eclipse, the eclipse portals basically are going to become feeling like they're coming on a little bit earlier this year, because of the way the cycles are hitting with our Gregorian calendar. But yes, the eclipse portal will be upon us in a couple of weeks before we know it. So maybe that's a timing sign there, full moon, and then, waning down, and then we'll be in the dark moon, and then we'll be opening up. Maybe there's a reflection point, a celebration point, either a sacrifice or giving thanks. This can be, all those things can occur at the full moon, depending upon where you find yourself on your path. This moth here is giving like releasing something, but also the third eye. Isn't it interesting? She's in the bright sun, but that really reminds me of a moth. Anyway, so maybe a note of timing, or someone is planning an important work that's going to happen on the full moon, or maybe you're encouraged to work with the citrine energy, but do it on the full moon, or for the remainder of this lunar cycle, it could be. Okay. Just channeling a message there for someone. Let's go to number 35. Okay. Rooster and hens, curiosity, uniqueness, birthing something new. A change of scenery is calling. Embrace the adventure that awakes. So, this could be like, if that is the career goal, if you are planning a move, there's something here about like whether or not what it is that you're trying to manifest or harvest or bring into your life, magnetize into your life, right? It doesn't have to make sense to everyone else. In fact, it's this vibe of like, if it scares you, you're probably on the right path. And a lot of people are in this energy because so many new timelines are unfolding. Chickens are very intelligent and curious animals. They love to roam. Shout out to the chickens. We're in the Southeast, you know. I know it's really popular now, and like a lot of people have chickens and all these kind of things over the last few years, but I always grew up around people who were always like that. Chickens, goats, don't all that, right? So we do love our chickens around here, okay? And they're actually very, very smart, yes. I always think it's so disappointing when people think that they're really stupid, and I hate to hear that. But I'm an animal lover in any regard, so please don't say that in front of me because I'm gonna get you together on some science. But anyway, chickens are very intelligent and curious animals. Maybe if you have a chicken or you have a roost or you do eggs or maybe your friend does, I don't know, maybe that's a synchronicity. They love to roam and explore their surroundings, and studies confirm that chickens are very aware of the world in which they live. I mean, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? The rooster in the hen card has presented itself to pique your curiosity. This is your call to try something different, go on an adventure, shake things up, and expose yourself to something unusual. This card can indicate travel or a desire to experience something outside your daily routine. Yes. Let me remind you, with all this Virgo talk all year long, don't forget we also have a South node in Virgo, right? So when we have a South node in Virgo, it's a reminder that we also want to evaluate how we hold on too tightly to perfection. Shout out to my Virgos, but also my fixed sign, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. Okay, if you have big fixed sign placements, even if you have a fixed sign, honestly, in like your Mars or your Saturn too, right? It's tough sometimes to shake up your routine, but sometimes South Node Virgo is very much like, you're gripping the details of the perfection of the daily routine that you've done for like a decade way too hard. And maybe it's to the detriment that you're stressing yourself the hell out, or it's just maybe something has run its course. You can actually, I do also have some healthcare study, and one of the big things that we talk about and you read about a lot is that people can actually work out too much. They can take way too many supplements. There's so many ways that you can overdo it for your body and your mind. I'm just saying that you have to balance, and where you're out of balance in your life, or especially in your work, your health. Again, health is spiritually, mental, and physical. It's not just, it's a whole holistic thing. And no, doctors that are heavily paid and co-signed by big pharma companies are not going to tell you that because they just want to give you a pill, honey. Yeah, because they get paid off that. Come on now. Love and light, okay? We love to self-educate and we evolve over here. So you're looking for the long-term sustainability of your health. So you gotta get all those aspects in there. But just don't forget about that South Node in Virgo, or the perfection, or the inability to flex away from a pattern in life. Or, maybe you have one area in your life you're just, I will not budge. I have got to organize X, Y, and Z every single day. Or it can even manifest in that it's like a wound of, what do you mean? I mean, sure, yeah, I would love to do X, Y, and Z as my dream career, but my whole identity is built off of this for 25 years. What are you telling me? Who would I even be if I didn't drive to that place to work every day? I don't know, the redefining yourself can be really challenging, especially when it comes to a job and a daily routine. So just something to be mindful of. Maybe it's a message. Let's go back. This card can indicate travel or a desire to experience something outside your daily routine, because sometimes all that is required is to get out of a rut and change the scenery. Consider taking a trip if that's accessible to you. Doing so might open your mind to new ideas and may even introduce you to a fresh passion or life purpose. If traveling is not an option, brainstorm ways you can switch things up at home, such as moving around furniture, yes, or like cleaning a coffee shop, redesign a coffee shop. Child, maybe someone is checking out a coffee shop. You should go there. There's your sign. Okay. Maybe redoing like a coffee spot, or how you have a little nook in your kitchen or something like this. Changing something up, right? Switch things up at home, move around furniture, go work in a coffee shop, volunteer for a day, take a stroll around your neighborhood. You never know who you might meet or how taking the long way home one day might change your life forever. Exactly. This is what we were already talking about. So I love to see that confirmation. That's very beautiful. What tarot do we want? You know what? Let's get the Modern Witch. I still am working with the Cozy Witch tarot deck. I really like it. It has some really good energy. Spirit guides, spirit team, our ancestors for the highest and best good. Is there anything else we need to see? Any additional messages that we need to see or hear? Whoop. Y'all, that was like 7 cards, Spirit. Okay, that's a little bit too many cards. Okay. Oh, that's what I said yesterday, didn't I? Okay, thank you. Listen, 8 of Wands, fiery energy. This is giving like what you seek is seeking you. This goes along with the message of being confident. Spirit does want to bring new, Spirit, as well as you and your team and higher self, your ancestors, they want to bring in the energy. Maybe that's creative energy. Maybe, you know what this gives too? When you get confident and you step out of your comfort zone, you try something different, or sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone with Mars and Libra means having an uncomfortable conversation. And maybe when you remove what is a blockage to your peace, you kind of open up to receive what this very powerful, creative, transitional, bold energy of August wants to bring in. Remember we were talking about, okay, I want to bring you a divine inheritance, but where I'm child, if you only knew how fast I was coming towards you with this blessing, with this opportunity, with this message, with this new person, with this new, whatever the case may be that you want to manifest with, all right? Or that Spirit wants to bring your way. We have to open a road. I'm hearing road opener, okay? 7 of Pentacles, this could be in regards to your career and work. Again, 7 of Pentacles is pause. Yes, let's always express gratitude. Let's always do that. First and foremost, that's the basis. That's the most basic groundwork. Foundational groundwork. Found work. What? 8 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Is somebody debating if they can be confident enough to come and look for you? Ooh, Spirit, what? Woo! Our ancestors will protect us from all things that do not serve our highest and best good. Anything that comes in our direction with an evil eye or an ill intent will be rebuked immediately and returned to the sender threefold. Child, okay? Listen, there's so much, hey, be brave, be bold, be confident. Put one foot down on the floor in front of the other. Because, man, Spirit is just wanting to bring into you something during this harvest. It may be unexpected, though. Sometimes the 8 of Wands will come right up on you. I ain't even gonna lie. But I really don't feel negative energy here. Fiery energy. Obviously, this is a Leo card. 8 of Wands. So maybe fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be applicable for you. Take it as you will, of course. Always follow your own intuition. You are your highest and best guru and teacher and guide. Child, not another fire. Okay. Okay, they want it over here. Be courageous and bold to explore new opportunities. There's an illumination point. I heard it like this. That's so interesting because I was telling you guys yesterday, I was writing down for my dream space about, child, hold on, with all this fire and these wands and this 8 of Wands coming through this ace. What was I writing about? It gets real sciencey and quantum and Tesla in my journals, y'all. Hold on. Was it filaments of light? Venusian starlight? Hold on. Oh, starlight, don't you cry, we're gonna make it right. Before a trillium of filaments of light. Yeah, y'all, this is the kind of stuff my guides will be talking about. I got to write it down, and then I spend like 2 days unpacking it. It's the most interesting way to learn. I'm telling you what, though. An illumination point, a connection in a web. What? Maybe that's a confirmation that'll make sense for someone. Let me go back to, Spirit has drawn me back to the 7 of Pentacles because it's important to understand It's important to understand with the Seven of Pentacles that yes, we pause first. We offer gratitude because thank goodness we got plants growing shit at all. Some people ain't even got no place to put a plant if they wanted to grow a tiny seed. Love and light. Okay, so let's be grateful for what we have. But we are pausing to reevaluate. Am I really, I'm going to always tell you, is the juice worth the squeeze? This can also be someone debating. Maybe bringing a collaborative offer with you, wondering like, will they want to work with me? Will they want to build with me? I don't know. There could be a lot of passion here, although we don't have cups. We do have fire. I'm hearing a da 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 da. What is that? Fools Rush In? Is that the movie or the song? But I can't help. Da, 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 da. Okay, I love Elvis. If y'all don't know what's up, Elvis was on his spiritual game. Okay, Elvis is one of my guides, his archetype and his frequency. Woo! Ozzy has joined the ranks too now. Da, 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 da. Crazy. Bum, 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 na, na. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe Spirit Child. Y'all, I'm hearing the Spice Girls. Da, 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 da. What is that? Y'all stop. Spice up your life. Spice up your life. Ba, da, 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 da. Okay, what? Maybe you have a connection with someone that lives in a different country. Bliss. Because the Spice Girls, okay, or let me back it out metaphorically. Spirit could be wanting you to bolster up your courageous, there's a ferocity. And that doesn't mean it has to be loud and wild, but maybe there's something coming in unexpected that's going to shake stuff up. I don't know. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can be like, yeah, I guess, like, of course I'm thankful. But like I'm going to water these plants again today. And, I'm just over here with my head tucked in the cut. I'm working hard, yes. It's not like she's complacent, like she doesn't appreciate, but it's almost like she needs a little oomph to bump her up to feeling like she can work really hard again for her Eight of Pentacles to keep working, because we will work all the way up to the Ten of Pentacles and build some kind of legacy with something, right? Spirit is bringing in some kind of quick, fast-moving energy or a person or an opportunity. It can be any of these. It can be creative muse. It can be super-duper charged energy that you're going to need to be able to have a good container to ground or to move out of your body or to create with, right? So much fire here. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Aries, Leo, Sag. Maybe check out your Mars placement too. Look. This could be this could be communication in regards to a cycle that you thought was complete. But maybe sometimes cycles complete and then opportunities come around, but they're in a different vibration. This doesn't just have to be a person. You know what I'm saying? Knight of Swords can also be communication on an opportunity to teach, communication on an opportunity where you've been aligning your thoughts. You have kind of leveled up, so you've opened the door for this piece of communication to come in. Maybe after Mercury retrograde is complete, there has been this big amplification. Like, I love to follow the readers that I love and the channelers and the teachers and the intuitives, the astrologists. You know how we get down over here, and it's this energetic frequency of patterning in the collective right now where it's like, there's a message coming. There's a message coming. I heard be prepared. Do, 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 if you're a 90s kid. Lion King. Oh no. Isn't that Scarface singing that? Oh no. What is this bird? Y'all, you're like, girl, it's a rooster. I know that. I'm just wondering what kind of rooster it is. I don't know why I'm drawn to the coloring on the rooster. Now I'm thinking, yeah, they come to shot the rooster. Is that Alice in Chain? No. Now, oh man, I'm on a whole frequency now. What is this? Love and light. Spirit, is this a person? Because now I'm hearing wow, 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 wow. Is that I'm a man? Is that man in a box? What is it? But it's also combining with a Nirvana song at the same time. Ooh, it could be someone in a headspace that's trying to elevate. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find the strength to have this reclamation of some sort of passion. They want to bring a message through a portal. Look, this Notosaurus, it could barely hang on to that world card. We got fixed signs again. I'm gonna put her down though, because she ain't she not covered. What an interesting frequency for sure. But you know what we do over here? This the energy we hold down over here is that nothing can even come through any kind of portal to even look for me, let alone reach out and speak to me, touch me, cling to me if I am not in vibration with it, if spirit is not allowing it to be in service of my highest and best good. You know what I mean? So it's never in fear or to stoke like anxiety, but it is very interesting. And again, does not have to be a person. It could be an old opportunity. A person like, oh, from an old job, or hey, remember when we used to teach together? I want to give you this opportunity. It could just be something collaborative as this Mercury retrograde portal gets ready to close. But please remember, although we are encouraged to be confident, we are encouraged to be adventurous, to choose new timelines. We're not being bold and brash, not like in a shadow fire way. You know what I'm saying? It is still ultimately about wisdom and discernment, okay? What do we want to close it with? I'm hearing wow, 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 wow. What's that other one? They're about dun 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 dun. You know, on the flip side of the same coin, Spirit says this message can be like in regards to a fire sign who is trying to stoke themselves up in confidence and passion and bold courageousness, evaluating, do I have the money? I don't know. Can I pull this off? Maybe this is someone who's trying to like pick up the speed. Look, the motorcycle and the horse, if I can just go fast enough, I'm going to tell you what, I can shoot through that portal and then I'll have a shot. Something like this, y'all. Take it as you will, of course. Never force a message to belong to you if it doesn't. That's a very specific message. Da 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 da. Hey, maybe that kind of gives you a vibe if you see a person in your mind's eye. This makes me think of an ancestor, though, because I had an ancestor who passed, who that was like their whole vibe. That's interesting. So who knows what that, the music and the imagery, and this could be an ancestor or someone in spirit realms trying to get a message through to you. An illumination point, right? That could be the full moon as well, because that's a full moon in Aquarius with all those kites. We're talking about like cosmic light. I'm hearing... What is it? And in the night, I hear your... What is that? The sun, the moon, they have all been blown out in the shadow of your heart. No dawn, no day, I'm always in this twilight. Is that Florence and the Machine? What is it called? Cosmic Heart? Okay. You know what? Let's get a Witch's Familiar Runic card, and then we'll close it, you guys. I love you. Stay grounded. Go outside barefoot, please, okay? Be on your spiritual hygiene and your wisdom and discernment, okay? Be confident. Be adventurous and bold, okay? But also be balanced, okay? All right. What do we have, Spirit? Uruz, I've been working with this rune. Yes, we are manifesting opportunities that serve our highest and best good. The paths are being cleared. We can be confident. The warm sun and the blessings and the favor of our ancestors shine upon us. Yes, I've been working with Uruz. It is right here. I included it this is my North Node in Taurus significator. Ooh, we love to see it. Okay, let's read from the book. Uruz is the bull. You know what I'm hearing? Me and a friend way back in the day when I took French for like 4 years. We used to joke and be like, orange. Why is that coming through? Orange? Obviously, all this fire sign energy right now in Leo season. Orange. Oh, that makes me laugh. Shout out to my friend. Child, let me find this rune. The sun, always in this twilight, in the shadow of your heart, and in the night. We gonna find it, y'all. Hold on. Not me about to sing, hold on, I'm coming. Okay. What is going on? Maybe this is whatever you are magnetizing. What did we say? I heard that phrase on whatever you seek is seeking you. All right. Okay. The powerful bull stands strong and unyielding, and obstacles fall away before his confidence and strength. He possesses, look at that, 2 very confident, very strong, very powerful cards, right? He possesses a deep calm, and fear has no place in his heart. I heard, you shall not pass, okay? He is absolutely certain of his own solidly grounded might. A bull, when encountered in your path, is a significant obstacle. Uruz is a rune of untamed power that is neither owned nor controlled. In a reading, it brings a message of strength, courage, and overcoming all that stands in your way. I'm hearing light language, Lyran light language. Maybe someone listens to channel light language or like the channeled singing. That's very energetically healing and uplifting. I would encourage that. That may support your manifestation or your co-creative visualization work. In a reading, it brings a message of strength, courage, and overcoming all that stands in your way. A primal force, it indicates a time of great energy and health. Business ventures and speculations are successful. There is a sudden breakthrough even when all seems lost. Sudden or expected changes occur, usually for the better. Uruz represents the shaping of power and patterns and the formulation of the self. In reverse, I like to read the reverse, y'all. You know, I don't really shuffle reverse, but it's always like a shadowed cautionary energy. Excuse me, so I like to read it. In reverse, the rune has qualities of obsession, uncontrolled rage, insensitivity, and brutality. And we can see some of this energy in the collectives when these timelines are so tightly splintering. Vibrations are changing. People are falling away. And some people, their whole reality is shifting dramatically because, to be honest, they chose not to awaken and do the work. And love and light, that's not in judgment. We're all in different paths. We're elevating, evolving, changing, growing, healing, etc. at all different times. Okay, but the thing is, what it is going to be real dramatic now, because if you wait till the last second, that's like waiting until you're older to like try to get some graduation certificate. It's going to be way harder, but you chose that path. It doesn't mean it's impossible, but there's going to be a lot of different challenges. So this different energy of Uruz is like this intensity in people who haven't been caring for their mental health or their bodies as vessels to receive this wild amplification of energy. If you're not as healthy, if you're not as mentally stable, if you're not as spiritually evolved, it's not, no, I'm better than you. No, it's not, because we all used to be in different places. But what I'm saying is this is going to be hitting people in a lot of different ways. You know, you wake up in a massive shock of self-awareness, And then all this energy is hitting you left and right. Yeah, I bet there is going to be some obsession over what you lost, and you don't know if you'll ever get it back. And there'll be obsession, and there'll be intensity. There'll be uncontrolled rage. I mean, look at all these Aries placements. Look at all this retrograde energy. It's like, whether you want to or not, we about to gear it the fuck way down. And you're going to have to buckle down and batten down the hatches and really just do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the density. I feel like I smelt something burning, and I have candle works going on my altar. You know, I gotta be careful. It's a lot of fire in the collective. We can't be giving the fire offerings. A child, hold on, I gotta go look. Hold on. Sit with the visual activations for one moment. Okay, I see what it is. Woo! All right, friends, we're good. We are good. So yeah, that's just how it's hitting for some people. But let's continue on. It can mean weakness, misdirected force, domination by others, or even sickness. Absolutely. That's also the inversion. That's the karma with Virgo. That's the inversion of what you haven't cared for in your sixth house. And that's just how it works. It's always a chance, an alternative. Know better, do better. Healing cycles. Yeah. But some people, it will be hitting like this, you know? Keywords: strength, power, health, endurance, and manifestation. Use this rune on charms and talismans for its healing powers. You can wear Uruz rune on a necklace or bracelet. It is an untamed power, so proceed with care. I also use Uruz and pair it with things like Fehu or Jera so that we can channel it in a really healthy way that's guided by our ancestors, and so that we only receive, you know, what is in the right timing for the best of all. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I like to work with it in regards to abundance, because you don't just want to smack Uruz down and start calling upon that archetypal energy, because woo child, you know, we like to say, shoot, you gonna mess with a bull out here, you gonna get the horns. That's how Uruz is. So you need good containers for it. I love that came through though, because we've been talking about healthy containers for divine inheritance, and our ancestors want to bring that out through us. So yeah, I love this reading. Thank you so much for being here with me. Happy Wednesday. Take good care. Be grounded. Be on your spiritual hygiene. Okay. Listen, if all else fails, stay in the house. You know, do your clean out your rooms, set up your altars, lean in favor of maybe doing alternative adventures that are friendly on your savings and your budget, maybe that take you out into nature. Things that maybe, while it is an unexpected little mini adventure for the weekend, maybe it's also good for your health, right? Things like that. Yeah. But I think that's the message. It'll be my goal to continue this and check in with you guys tomorrow as well. I love you. I'm going to run and continue to complete my Mercury retrograde readings. I'm going to be packaging and still labeling. But y'all, listen, if you're still here, you are a real ride or die. I love you so much. I am obsessed. I need to get my hiney to my website. It has been so crazy busy. Child, but I'm obsessed with the way this batch of Witch's Brew oils came out. I may put it on the website because, ooh-wee, it's so good. It's so good, y'all. And then I have this other oil called Protection at Midnight. It was one of those that was at the Practical Magic event, and it's like a protection oil that works with lime and like powdered lime and lime and lemongrass. Ooh, it smells so good. When I tell you, it smells so good. And it's like Archangel Michael, and the way that you can work with lime and salt. Not you. I know somebody said, well, listen, when next time I drink a margarita, okay, listen, look, I don't drink, but hey, you do you. But lime and salt are a great pairing, with a little bit of lemon in there too. Ooh, it's potent. Okay. So anyway, I love you guys. I look forward to checking in soon. Take good care of yourself out there. Okay. Love you. Bye.